on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another Transformers review, and today we're going to be taking a look at Botcon Kickoff and Botcon Treadshot. Now Treadshot I just bought online, but Kickoff here, I want to say a real special thanks to McFavorite from the Open Your Toys cast. If you're not familiar with him, I'm going to put a link in the description of their webpage. It's a guy, Slick, and his wife, Mrs. McFavorite, who do a podcast occasionally, and they talk about Transformers, Masters of the Universe, Star Wars, and G.I. Joe. Yeah, that's their main points of talk. They talk about pretty much everything as it comes up, though. And Slick's just an awesome guy. He hooked me up with the Kickoff and G2 Optimus Prime set for cost, so I got both these guys for under the price of what Kickoff is going for on eBay, and I'm really grateful for having friends like that throughout the country. So yeah, check them out. Thank you, Slick, I really appreciate it. So this is obviously Kickoff, and this is Treadshot, and just for comparison, we have the United Jazz. Now, the first thing, the reason I fell in love with this guy is I just love the orange on black with the white. It's just a brilliant looking paint job, and I kind of wanted Stepper, but now all my urges for Stepper are completely gone just because I have a black version of the Jazz mold with what I think is better deco. You can see all the windows, the translucent stuff is all red, and it's just really nice. The only thing that kind of throws it off is this one piece right here, but even then I can just kind of attribute it to, based on the coloring of everything, that it was actually intended to be that way. But nevertheless, it is one little piece that sticks out. You obviously don't have it on Jazz. Here's Treadshot, and he's actually a heroic Decepticon. So he had the red Decepticon logo. I just put a big Autobot logo over it because I'm going to sit him next to my Optimus Prime. Probably just the bendy Optimus Prime. And Hotshot from Armada. But yeah, he's got a much more simple deco. He's just all blue with the yellow translucence. And then this nice silver stripe up there. I really like it because really, when I look at these three together, they almost feel like different cars. Like the whole painting of the ground effect silver on Treadshot really gives him a different look than these two guys. Jazz looks like he's a little more of a race car, and to me, Kickoff looks like he is a just like a tricked out import basically. So I like that. I like the difference in personality I feel these guys have. Now, if you're not sure who Kickoff is, going back to this little book that I don't recommend very much, Kickoff was actually an Action Master that came out in 1990, and people have said he's a remold of the Jazz mold, but he's pretty different in the chest area. Actually, the whole entire thing is different from Jazz, so I'm not sure why he's got the reputation that he's a remold of Jazz. He's definitely a very different Action Master, but regardless, the fact that he's a repaint of Jazz is okay. So let's go ahead and transform one of these guys, and then through the power of epic jump cut, the other two will magically reappear all transformed. So we start this by opening up our doors here, and both Treadshot and Kickoff have the speakers here like Jazz would have. So we open up the doors here, and then the next thing we do is kind of separate the back of the car, and you can just work on bringing the legs all the way down, and then you kind of have to grip it by the sides and rotate this on in. Well, I'll separate the legs first just because it makes it easier. Sometimes you gotta push on this back when you're rotating, and once you're in the process of rotating it, you can bring the foot on out, and you're just gonna kind of put it up against the top when you're done. So, to show that again, push this in. And I'm stuck here. Push that on in. You may have to rotate the foot out before you do it. Rotate it all the way. Push the foot up. And then we'll just clean up these legs here so he's standing normal. Now you're going to take the arms and just kind of swing them up. Oh, we'll get the gun out of the way too. Just pull that on out. Get the arms on up and rotate them apart so it splits open the hole in the top there. And then as we rotate this down, his head is going to come in place. And we just have to clean everything up and we're done here. It's a really nice, I love the transformation of this jazz mold. It's just really well done, well engineered. And then we take his gun, you just kind of bring it on out. I find the jazz gun works the best, but my this gun I have to kind of bring out and force a little bit better into position. And then we give him his gun. So now, through the magic of the epic jump cut, we can get both Treadshot and Jazz also transformed. And I am a huge fan of these. I really love them, all of them, even Jazz. Well, of course I love Jazz. I have an unhealthy collection of Jazzes, I think. I'm sure someone has more though. So, let's just zoom in on Jazz's disapproving face here. And you'll just note that head sculpt, because we'll come over here to Kickoff and see that he has a completely unique and different head sculpt. Really, really nice looking there. And I was worried, oh excuse me, I was worried that Kickoff and Treadshot were gonna have the same face, but no, Treadshot's got even another different face. So I'm really happy how that turned out, how you have just two entirely different faces here, which I probably can't get in focus, can I? Unless I somehow position them. Nope, it's not gonna happen. Darn, I need a wider angle camera lens. Now you can kind of see it there. If I do it like that, that they're very, very different faces. In case you're not familiar with the articulation on these guys, we'll go over that real quick. He's actually got a really nice range of movement here, which is surprising because he's got a, well, he's got the ball joint like this, but he's got that shoulder pad that blocks you, so he's not ever going to get his arm straight up, but that's okay. He's got a complete 90 there, and because of it, he's got a lot of motion on this arm. He's got the upper swivel, he's got the elbow joint, and he's got a wrist swivel because it's on a ball joint. He's also got waist rotation there. You can get it all the way around if you really try. The thighs on a ball joint, the upper swivel, the double jointed knee, also double jointed elbow. And that is it. You don't have anything else going on here. Well, aside from the head, which is on a ball joint and plenty posable. So, really, I love these guys. I think of the attendee stuff, this is the best one to get. Him and Shattered Glass Prime, even though I don't really care for Shattered Glass Prime. I mean, I don't care, it's not that I don't like the Prime, it's I don't care for Shattered Glass as a concept. I don't have any, so there's no point collecting anymore. But Kickoff is just, he's just brilliantly decoed. That orange and the black just looks great. And in terms of the set, I think Treadshot's one of the winners there as well. I just really like, you know, how he looks, and we'll give him his gun real quick. You know, what's interesting to me, and the only thing I can think of, if you look at Kickoff's gun, you see the orange and there's a little piece of gray. Treadshot's all in yellow. I assume because this little piece here is probably cast with the legs and the neck piece. But yeah, it's interesting that this one was all yellow and that one has some gray. I don't know which one I like better. I kind of thought that I liked this one, or that I didn't like this one because it was all yellow and that one was at least somewhat broken up. But yeah, now I don't ultimately care, I guess. So I would say if you can, get both of these guys, because these are by far, in my opinion, the best two, at least out of the box, Botcon toys you can get this year. So, and they're all based on Jazz, who's just awesome in himself. So, this is T2RX6. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.